Yes, because it was not right.
What's your deductible now, 25 or 50,000?
10 is
10.
Chief, you want to talk about timeline? If this is approved tomorrow, what's the timeline before this rig is in service?
We could probably get in this, it'll probably be here within, or be in Michigan within a week, and we can probably turn around, you know, less than a month, get it in.
Getting the license and the decals, or does it come decals?
We've already basically started just, you know, preparing, getting all our stuff that we have to send if it's approved to the state to get it licensed as, you know, advanced life support and all that, so.
And so our thought is that with the 2 trucks, whether this one's replaced or rebuilt, that one would go back to the station on E-course, the new one would go to Station 3 on Eureka Road, and we would work from the outside in. That's,
So if we get, when the Health and Human Resources building sells, will we then get a third truck, third D truck?
well, we can make that determination if needed, but that funding would be eligible for anything, including just going into the fund balance.
Okay. But that might be the goal, is to have 3 new ones?
It's possible.
Okay. All righty. Any other questions?
You said, see the chief over there, his wheels are spinning.
Oh,
Well,
that's
the next newest pump I have is the ladder truck. That's been in Halt Fire right now, so that's down. So
boy.
it's kind of an emergency.
Do we need to replace a ladder truck with another ladder truck?
No.
I don't think so.
I think everyone around us has a ladder truck.
Item number 11, this is for Gabriel Roeder for the preparation of Governmental Accounting Standards. Is this,
This is my item.
yeah. That's just for
This
the
is to approve
retirement.
services. We are required to produce a GASB statement number 68 for the employer with certain calculations and evaluations that need to happen. The biggest thing is that they're going to look at kind of what our net pension liability is going forward. It's something that's required by the so there's actually, there's a 67 as well, but that one is for the pension plan. So I'll be bringing forward for the pension plan to split the 5,000 with us. So, but we may just to keep the process rolling and going, we may pay the whole bill, and then we'll get the reimbursement from the pension board.
My question on 12 then is, this report's for 2014?
Yes.
What happened to 15?
15 is in the works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because the pension year, the fiscal year ends differently for the pension year than it does the budget year. It's kind of like we're always like in a 9-month lag.
Okay. Good. Kim, Ann, Linda? All right, item 13. Oh, this is also,
So at the last meeting, I came forward for the Med Advantage plan renewal for Blue Cross Blue Shield. So this would be for those retirees that have the half plan.
how much of an increase over last year is this?
About 8.5%. Once again, though, it's still a cheaper concept than buying the, fully traditional policy.
Any questions on that? Okay, payroll is 14. 15 we went over already. 17 is to receive and file the paid invoice report. Any questions on that?
Make sure everything was 16 is there.
Maybe they stuck together here. Okay, sorry, budget performance. Paid invoices. 17 is for your backhoe loader for Michigan Cat. Did I say 19?
17.
It's 18.
Right.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
You went all the way around it. I did, okay. But I got back to where it belongs, right?
Right. Some matters.
Do you have any questions for Mr. Mark on this?
I just, what did we just buy recently? We bought a backhoe with a trailer. This is for the water department, correct?
18 is for the water department, that's correct. We replace a backhoe that has a bad transmission, and it's a 2005 piece of equipment.
Okay, so we just recently purchased a new one for them, correct?
That was DPW, the 307, that'll be the next agenda.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, so the water has just an old backhoe, and we need to replace that.
Yes.
Okay, but this one includes a loader with it?
No, this one is going to
With
include,
the backhoe?
this is a backhoe loader, okay, it has a front bucket on it. And then what we're going to do is, we looked at some other pieces of equipment that we have. We currently have two big excavators, a 311 and a 312. And we're going to trade the 311 in. And also, we're going to trade in
A roller,
a roller and a 530 and a 430, the old
backhoe. Yeah, the transmission is gone out of it, and it's gonna cost over $20,000 just to fix it, and because of the age, we didn't wanna invest that kind of
We
money.
wouldn't normally use a roller anyway with it.
That's why we're gonna trade it in.
Yeah. So those three pieces of equipment exclusively would total $81,500 out of that $112,254 deal. So cash out of hand would be $30,754, plus the three pieces of equipment.
So the total for this piece is 112, and then our trade-ins are 81, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The way it was worded on here is a little weird. We could, so it will be paying 30,000.
Yes,
Okay.
out of cash, and through trade-ins, that's correct.
Madam Chair, I think if I'm not mistaken, the rollers has very, very few hours on it, correct?
It's old,
But not used often.
yeah, 2008, yeah, I don't know why it was bought, it was hidden out in a barn over, I think, at compost for a while. So,
Probably when they did that RD Road project,
Yeah.
the city, I think, took that on themselves, didn't they? That's my only guess.
Okay, we're in 19.
yeah, 18, I'd like to explain this one. In April, the city council approved the CCR to buy a 307 excavator. And the thought behind that was we were going to trade in the 2012 930 front wheeler that we had at DPW. And we went through budget finance and saw the lease payments were all paid. And I even went through Michigan Cat and said it was free and clear. But lo and behold, they had a $90,000 balloon payment due in January 2017. So I'm coming back to council for consideration to do a lease to own on the 307 for three payments of $16,345.83 with a final payment of $39,760 in the fourth year. And then in January of 2017, what we'll do is we'll return the 930 that we currently have. And part of the deal back in April was the appraisal value for that piece was $115,000. So if that is still true in January, we should realize the difference between the balloon payment of $90 and the appraised value back then in April of $115,000. So that's a difference of like $25,000 that we should recoup from that. And then we'll have a 307, and it really complements the fleet of equipment that we have. We'll continue to have a big excavator, a 312. We have a skidster. Water department has the two backhoes, and then we'll have this 307 mini excavator. So it's a nice complement of equipment that we got.
So that 25,000 could go to that $39,000 balloon payment.
Yes, sir.
I did notice on this that if you multiply 16,345.83 times 3 and add 39,760, the total is actually 88,798 rather than 80.
Oh, I must have missed the interest.
That's what it was.
I'm sorry.
I corrected that.
So
This
this motion is to pay off an existing lease, correct?
Did we change that on
No,
the agenda?
this motion
I did.
is
Yeah.
to lease a new vehicle, lease to own the 307 that we thought we originally approved in April, but that has a balloon payment on it, so we couldn't
Well,
use
we
that
have,
trade-in
we have
balance.
this piece of equipment.
Yes, we do.
Oh, 307. So you're gonna have to give me a tour, because I mean, 307.
It's a very
45, I
small
have no idea
excavator,
what these
and
things
one
are.
of the main uses is we don't have a machine to ditch. And this is what we're using it for right now for ditching. It's small and get into areas along the road, and so it's a very good machine for the ditching jobs that we do currently. It's not for a full ditching project, but because we don't have the personnel to do that anyway, you know, because that's a pretty big thing to tackle, but it is to maintain the ditches that we have, to do smaller jobs.
Glenn, correct me if I'm wrong, if we turn this in, we still owe the 90 grand, correct?
No, January, we can turn it in, and then if it has a residual value higher than the balloon payment, we could realize that difference.
Yeah, okay,
So we will take the 930 and turn it in,
Okay.
regardless, it will be turned in, and we will not realize that $9,000 payment.
But we already had the 307,
We do.
so how did we get the 307 if we were going to turn in the vehicle that we thought was free and clear, but we still have that vehicle? I'm confused.
Well,
I'm calling it a vehicle, piece of equipment.
yeah,
It's the 794.
No, but we agreed to give them a piece of equipment in exchange for
I agree.
certificates of possession,
Right.
and then 7 months later, we're figuring out we owe 90 grand on something we were supposed to give back for free 7 months ago. I don't understand that.